There are some truths that no woman will ever say out loud, but if you learn how to listen, not just to her words, but to what's behind them, you'll begin to hear the patterns. You'll hear the subtle tells, the casual phrases, the offhand comments that give away far more than she realizes. And if a woman has had many experiences with men, she's not going to spell it out for you. She won't say, yeah, I've been with a lot of guys. She's far too smooth for that. But her language, her energy, her tone, her familiarity with certain subjects will expose the story she's not telling. Here are 7 phrases that women often add when they've had a rich, complex, and very intimate history with men, whether or not they want you to know it. I just get along better with guys. At first, this sounds innocent, maybe even cute, but say it again, slowly. I just get along better with guys. This isn't about friendship. This is about familiarity, about comfort, about mastery. When a woman says this, she's telling you she knows the male world inside and out. She's navigated locker room energy. She's played the part of just one of the guys, while subtly commanding attention, turning heads, and walking into rooms like she owns them. She doesn't feel awkward around men because she's been around many. And not just as a friend. She knows the rhythm of male attention. She knows the games, the banter, the teasing, and how to turn it all into an advantage. She's used to being the only woman in the room and having every man there look at her like she's the reward. 2. I'm just really comfortable with my body, and this one comes wrapped in confidence, and that makes it even more intriguing. When a woman talks about being comfortable with her body, you're not just hearing self-love, you're hearing experience. You're hearing familiarity with desire. She knows how men look at her. She's felt hands on her skin. She knows what it's like to walk into a room and feel every eye linger, and she likes it. She's not awkward in her sexuality. She doesn't giggle when you get close. She leans in, maintains eye contact. She knows her effect, and she's learned how to use it without even trying. This kind of woman doesn't shrink when touched. She expands. She's been explored, admired, devoured, and she walks with the quiet confidence of someone who knows she's unforgettable. I have a lot of guy friends, but it's never weird. Let's unpack that. She has a lot of guy friends, but it's never weird. The truth is, she's had enough experience with men to know exactly where the boundaries are and exactly how to bend them without breaking them. She's flirted and teased. She's been the temptation and the confidant. And sometimes she's been both at once. Some of those friendships probably blurred, maybe with a drunken kiss at 2 a.m., maybe with a weekend mistake that no one talks about, maybe with long stares and long texts and everything. But when she says it's never weird, what she means is, I know how to play it cool. I've danced on that line. I know the rules and how to break them without getting caught. I don't want labels. This is one of the biggest clues of all. When a woman has had her share of lovers, flings, and blurred nights, the last thing she wants is a box to crawl into. She's tasted freedom. She's felt the thrill of a stranger's hands, the heat of a one-night fire, the joy of being desired without strings. She's not looking to be owned. She doesn't want a leash or a title or a status update. She wants connection, but on her terms. Passion without pressure, emotion without entrapment. And when she says, I don't want labels, she's telling you, I've lived, I've played, I've loved, and I'm not done tasting. Yes, I've had a lot of experiences, but I don't regret any of them. This phrase is gold because it's honest but strategic. She's not pretending to be pure. She's not hiding behind innocence. She's letting you know, as with poise, that her history is long and that every man who's touched her body or her heart has left her with something. A memory, a lesson, a scar, a craving. She's not ashamed of her past. She's owned it. She's crafted herself through it. When she says, I've had a lot of experiences, and then she's not just talking about relationships. She's talking about positions, places, experiments, desires whispered in the dark. And by saying, I don't regret them, she's letting you know she chose every one and that she knows exactly what she's doing with you. I'm just really open-minded. The queen of hidden meanings. When a woman tells you she's open-minded, especially early on, she's not talking about movies or politics. She's talking about pleasure. She's had partners who explored her body like an artist explores a canvas. She's tried things, said yes to adventures most would be too shy to name. She's not afraid to take the lead or be taken. She understands the language of kink, of boundaries pushed, of safe words whispered between breaths. She doesn't shock easily because she's lived deeply. She's sensual, self-aware, and insatiably curious. And she's inviting you to match her energy, if you can keep up. This I don't get attached easily. This one's colder, sharper, and maybe a little sad because behind this phrase is a woman who's been through enough to know how not to fall. She's had late nights that turned into never agains. She's learned that attention doesn't always mean affection, and she's trained herself to feel without falling, to kiss without clinging. She may still crave intimacy, the touch, the heat, the high. But love, she's careful, because she's been someone's obsession and someone's afterthought, sometimes in the same week. So now she guards her softness. She'll let you in, but only a little. She'll give you pleasure, but not her heart, not until you prove you're different. Conclusion, none of these phrases are bad. They don't make a woman wrong or broken or shameful. In fact, they often signal strength, experience, a kind of magnetic sexual energy that only comes from knowing yourself, knowing men, and knowing how power works in intimacy. But they're not random. These phrases are windows into her story, her secrets, her fire. And once you recognize them, you'll never listen the same way again.